Well, President Cyril Ramaphosa is taking part in a series of activities at the Mvezo in the Eastern Cape, the birthplace of international statesman Nelson Mandela. These include the handing over of blankets to elderly people, bicycles to learners, unveiling of a sanitary towel project, along with Miss World. Now, the Mvezo Centenary Celebrations, organized by the Royal House of Mandela in partnership with the Universal Peace Federation, aims to bring together people from all walks of life, current and former heads of state, to honor Mandela's legacy. Now, the official ceremony and banquet will start in the afternoon with speeches by former presidents, while President Ramaphosa will give the keynote address. Now, for more, we cross live to our reporter Iviwe Poti. Iviwe, a very good morning to you. How's preparations going?
Blaine, preparations are going very well. The program is actually on time, running on time. We are now at the Nosekeni Clinic, which is the mother, named after the mother of the icon Utata Nelson Mandela, which is here based in Mvezo, which will make a huge difference in this community because it is a rural area. People do struggle not only to find public transport that will lead them to clinics, but as well as public hospitals. And if you do remember, Blaine, Nelson Mandela was a huge advocate for in terms of health, public health facilities for all. He was very big on ensuring that people had access to clinics. In his time, there were built about over 200 clinics in South Africa, just in his period as being president of South Africa. And right now, the former president, Kgalema Motlanthe, has also arrived. They'll be handing over some blankets, and the official opening will officially take place once President Cyril Ramaphosa has arrived. I have with me, however, though, a community member, just to find out, Mama, singathi niziva njani nina namhlanje xa nifikelwe ngowayesaba ngumongameli nomongameli bazawufika nangale minute nasibhiyozela utata uNelson Mandela.
Siziva sivuye kakhulu eMvezo xa ngasifumana elilanga likhulu kangaka lokukhunjulwa kukatamkhulu Mandela. Besikade sinqunguphele emiphefumulweni yethu singeva neze ngaye, kungathethwa tu, kungacaci into kokubana wazalelwa kule ndawo. Siyavuya ke namhlanje xa kothe wakhunjulwa into kokubana makuzibele itheko lakhe, kuvuyelwe ukugcwalisa kwakhe iminyaka elikhulu. Sivuya kakhulu, siziva sonwabile ngokungazenzisiyo.
Well, Blaine, there you have it. Community members saying, apart from being excited and being in a celebratory mood today to celebrate the 100th centenary of Utata Nelson Mandela, some of them had actually forgotten that he was actually born here in Mvezo and felt a bit neglected and that their icon and hero had been forgotten. But today they acknowledge the fact that he is remembered and he is acknowledged throughout the world. But I think for a bit more, let's cross down to the dome where Zimkita Manqinana is at and where the main program will be running from about 12 o'clock today. Zim?
Stand by, Mlu. What you see there is the ancestral home of former President Nelson Mandela, the icon of South Africa. In fact, the international icon celebrated across the nation and internationally. That is where he was born and that is where he grew up before his father was deported from the area of Mvezo and then had to move to Unu, where they later spent their life. And today, the nation and the international community celebrates 100 years since the son of the soil was born, the father of the nation, someone who sacrificed all his life fighting for the emancipation of Africans. And today is a big day, not just for South Africans, but for people of Mvezo. When his father was deported from this area and had to move to Mqunu, they left their home and it was then left with nothing. But after 2007, his eldest grandson, Mandla Mandela, was then appointed as the person who should take over. Hence, you see those nice houses that are built in the area. And since the chief has taken over, a lot of development is witnessed by the people of this area. There's now a clinic in this area. It is going to be officially opened today. today. And there's also a state-of-the-art science and technology school, something that was not there before 2007, before the late icon handed over to Mandela to take over. There's also roads leading up to this tiny village, something people of this area are celebrating. They are indeed enjoying the fruits of democracy, even though the situation is not like that for every person who is here in the Eastern Cape. Remember, the Eastern Cape has challenges of a lot of unemployment, joblessness and poverty that is thriving in rural communities. But promise has been made by government, especially the provincial government, that in the name of Dr. Nelson Mandela, a lot of work still needs to be done to ensure that the people of this area are then improved. If you can see behind me, this is the VIP area where all the dignitaries will be making their way in here. We are expecting a number of former heads of states, including the current president of the country, to be one of the people that will be attending the much anticipated centenary celebrations in the name of Utata Nelson Mandela, Udlomo, Uyemyemo, Unqolo Msila. His father and mother named him Kholihlahla right here in this village of Mvezo. A lot of excitement is gearing up and a lot of anticipating. It's expected that a lot of people are going to come dressed in their traditional attires, because remember, Dr. Nelson Mandela was close to his rural communities. He was a traditionalist at heart. He loved socializing with the people of this area. There's also loads of entertainment lined up. We are told Amahotela Queens will be entertaining the crowds that will be attending this event today. I will bring you all those details as the day unfolds. For now, it's back to you in Johannesburg.
Yeah, notwithstanding all the issues that you mentioned there in the Eastern Cape, a beautiful setting for Nelson Mandela International Day. Iviwe and Zimkita, thank you very much indeed for your time.